Hello everyone, hope this recording finds you in good health. So it is August 2022. I wanted to make a short review / recording of my watches. And this is an unscripted speech, so bear with me, please. I'm not much of a collector myself. I teach undergraduate level engineering courses at the university, and that is pretty much the only reason I feel like I have to wear a watch. Otherwise, since I broke my wrist in my early 20s, I haven't been wearing watches. Plus, I also feel the need to wear a watch whenever I'm exercising. Now, I had a watch which was gifted to me by my father in my early teens, and that watch had been my main watch because I lost several watches in between, but that one stayed with me. I was able to keep it around. So unfortunately for this recording I couldn't find it, and I'm not able to share it with you. It was a Seiko, a quartz Seiko sports chronometer with a rotating bezel. Therefore, it pretty much looked like this Orient, the famous, I think this is called Mako, the famous Mako. Pretty much that's why I guess I was so impressed with the looks of that watch. I mean, the Orient here. All right, so this is how, as I said, I'm not a collector. I was just looking to keep track of time during my lectures and when I'm exercising. In the beginning, for exercising, I ended up buying this digital watch. I bought it from a sports gear store here, not here, but in Turkey. And it's Decathlon. They still carry the same style of watch, maybe a different brand. I don't even know the brand. I don't know if you can see it. Like this maybe. Geo Note. I think it is French because it says designed in France. I believe the brand name is also French, and I may not be spelling or pronouncing it correctly, so bear with me. Although I studied some French, my pronunciation is not always correct. I'm aware of it. All right, so I bought this watch probably in the summer of 2016, if not sometime in 2017. Since then, I've been routinely using it for exercising, particularly for swimming. Okay, so I wanted a watch that I wouldn't mind taking it to the sea or the swimming pool. As you know, swimming can be, well, swimming is a sort of a lonely sport in the sense that you cannot really engage any discussions with someone while you're swimming. So then it can be a little bit boring in that sense. Therefore, I try to keep track of time. Otherwise, I have a tendency to leave the pool too quickly. Similarly, when I'm swimming in open sea, I tend to go, away from the shore, swim away from the shore, and I would like to track how far I go in terms of time, right? And then so that I have to swim the same distance back. And so far it has done fine. I had no issues, no battery replacements. So 2016 or 2017 to 2022 right now, August. In 5 years, no battery changes. And it was probably, the price range for this clock, the watch is probably no more than $50. I think it's a pretty good deal. You can see some calcium residue, right? Because of the pool water maybe, or just, I also take it to the shower with me. So in a sense, it has done pretty well. I'm quite happy with it. I wouldn't wear it daily. Why? Because of its thickness. It is rather thick, and I will show you how thick it is compared to my next watch, the next watch that I'm going to talk about. But otherwise, of course, I don't really dive. I don't dive more than 5 meters. Even 5 meters would be a stretch, I would say. Maybe 3 meters at most when I'm in the sea. So I haven't really tested if it can withstand, as it says here, 200 meters. But W200 is one thing. At the back it says 5 atmosphere. So 5 atmosphere is at most 50 meters, right? 1 atmosphere is 10 meters of water. So 50 meters, but within the 5 meters, I may dive occasionally, right? And so far I had no issues. For such purposes, it has done quite well. It's a basic sports watch. Now the next watch I'm going to talk about is, well, and for comparison purposes, let me put them side by side so that you can see. Right, the watch at the bottom, the metal casing watch, which is about 1/3 in thickness compared to the Decathlon watch, the blue one, the blue. So this is a Swatch, and I bought this in 2018. I'm not a big fan of Swatch myself. But at that time, I bought it for different reasons. Nice thing about it, as I said, it is incredibly thin. It is about 7 millimeters or maybe less, I believe, maybe nearly 5. It is, I think, this is a Skin Irony. I even have the box still here. It is Skin Irony Swatch. It was released in 2018 as this. It was the first year this series is released. And since I bought, I haven't had the battery changed. Again, this is a quartz watch as well. And I think the reason for that is the watch doesn't have a second hand, right? Seconds hand. It's only hours and minutes. It has clean lines, so that's a plus. It is super thin, that's a plus. You can wear it. It goes under your cuff if you're wearing a button shirt, right? Button shirt. So, and then it is black and white, so it can go as a sports watch or as a, it's a stretch. But I wore this even with my tuxedo, so you can pull it off. These are the pluses. The only, if I'm going to complain, the only complaint I would have about this watch is it is probably its legibility is not as high as I would like. I wish the hands were easier to read, I would say. Right. Otherwise, it's a nice watch. It just doesn't get enough wrist time, so I'm going to sell it. As a matter of fact, this is why I'm making this recording. I just wanted to record it before I sold it. I had a Swatch long time ago as a teenager, but that one didn't last long. I was quite happy to see that this one has lasted this long, more than 5 years. The main issue with Swatches I had at that time, was that once the watch stopped working, it wasn't possible to repair. But this one has been doing well so far. Now, after I realized that,